Welcome to Happy Valley, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions and one of the most passionate fan bases in all of college football. But this isn't any regular matchup. It's a battle of top 10s, a couple of forces meeting head-to-head where one team will try to make a resonating statement. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Lions will kick it away to start us off. He'll call for the fair catch here. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. To throw, it's Reed. Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Snagged in the middle, it's Allen. At midfield, he's got room. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And how about that? A lot of coaches talk about being aggressive and we're going to take shots, but then they get conservative in the game. But first drive, coming out, showing this defense we are not afraid to throw the ball deep. Might keep that defense a little bit more conservative.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. He wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Muhammad. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. At the 20, he's got space. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
On the option. Now the pitch. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. Touchdown, Aggies. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was the big time.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. A first down for the offense. Looking for room. It's Singleton. Got room at the 35. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Dropping back, it's Allard. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone. He's got middle field responsibility. Just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll try to run it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And tackled there by the defense.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. I mean, you want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them down, but field goals don't do that very often. Try to go for the touchdown right here.
All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on 4th and goal. Quarterback keeper. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Man, I love these goal-to-go situations. Give it to your QB. Don't do any of the read stuff. Don't do any of this stuff that takes time. Go now, get downhill, follow your blocks, and get in the end zone. Nice decisiveness by the QB.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They try to pop a run on the draw. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the run again. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you break out the hit stick. When you come and that guy gets struck and he goes backwards, that's how you bring it.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Throws for the tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Warren. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Using his legs, it's Singleton. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas A&M 14, Penn State 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Little touch pass to the receiver. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed.
Man, he was just out of bounds on that third down, and the quarterback, I thought, could have put a little less zip on it and kept him away from the sidelines a little bit more, and then maybe he could have got that foot down, but fourth down, decision time.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. It's good. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Fair catch called for and made. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They'll run the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning this one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Now adjusting. He fires it out to the right. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Going up top on 1st down. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on. Huge pickup on that play.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
And the Aggies will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Gets it out quickly. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over. Nice job.
3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass, it's Allard. Got his man in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
And a great job on the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick. Get it to your playmakers in space. Get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Now on 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He'll just keep slinging it. Looking left. He's got it. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
The Nittany Lions are flying down the field. Motion from the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down right there. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Allard. Fires to the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Fires left. He's got an open man. Good, solid tackle.
Love the accuracy on that curl throw by the quarterback, putting it right in the numbers, right in the breadbasket of his wide receiver.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. And the pass hits, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. 2nd interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Now 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Reed. He's got it down the middle.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. This quarterback part of their running game. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to find his man on first down. They're bringing heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And you get more and more hints in the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Allard. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He chucks one out to the right. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Texas A&M 14, Penn State 3.
Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. With the catch, it's Wallace. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. He wants to throw. He'll get rid of it. Makes a connection. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. Dropping back, it's Allard. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Oh, it's a reverse. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, this offense can get after you a variety of ways in the running game. And one of the ways they do it is by using their wide receivers on jet sweeps. Good example right there.
Gonna run it. It's Singleton. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
At the 18-yard line. 2nd down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Penn State! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. Back to pass, it's Allard. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
From the gun. Looking to scramble. Avoids pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Offense in an empty set. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. This quarterback needs to stay true to his mechanics. He just sort of heaved it up off the back foot.
And these mechanics are crazy. You see all these quarterbacks on the field with towels before games and doing that little salsa thing that you see quarterbacks with their hips, popping through. But it makes sense because you have to have that good, strong base underneath you. Otherwise, you start to sail that football.
He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing in that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Third down coming up.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Allard. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Leaves it with the running back. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They take the lead with the 6. Let's see, he can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for the quarterback.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
14.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. These guys just took a punch. Now we'll see if they can deliver one, Jesse.
Yeah, it's turning into a bit of a dogfight here in the second half all of a sudden. So
he uncorks one deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. Touchdown, Penn State! The defense takes matters into their own hands. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Now they find themselves behind, David. Let's see if they have an answer.
Yep, losing the lead, obviously lose a little bit of momentum, but this offense, you can gain it right back, Palmer. Let's get a drive starter going. Find some guys you know you're going to make some plays for.
So that's the challenge for them. You got to answer, right? You got to take the field here. You got to execute, be physical, and regain this lead.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Now improvising. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Throws to the wideout. And he intercepts it. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Might be looking to run. He wants it all. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some player...
Afterburner's coming. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. You're going to pay for it. You saw it right there.
That's caught. It's Thomas. Across the 25. He's got room. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 47, set to kick this one.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to him. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Penn State 28, Texas A&M 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They go to the ground. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Touchdown, Aggies! What a great play. What a huge moment for this defense. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the fourth.
Tie the game at 28 all.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Allen. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. It's caught. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. On the move, it's Singleton. Discards a man. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The Nittany Lions look to keep this drive humming. Here's the handoff. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
If I'm a QB coach, I'm grabbing my quarterback right away and be like, listen, we're going to get another opportunity. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie game. Our defense is going to get a stop for us. You got to get your confidence back. You got to get back in this ball game. We're going to need you again down the road. You are not done.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Offense gets set for 2nd down. To the air, it's Reed. Gets open down the middle. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Third down play from the gun. Throws to the tight end. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game.
I get it. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie game. I need to go out and make a play offensively. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to be on the sideline now after that interception. As a quarterback, I'm like, please, defense, please go out there and bail me out. Give me another opportunity to go take the lead and win this ball game.
The give to the lone running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, and set up a good 2nd down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Turns it on at midfield. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Aller. A little screen to the running back. On the move at the 30.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singleton. Got a lot of running room. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You You know a field goal can tie the game right now. You have to at least give yourself a chance to do that. So I don't mind maybe taking some shots, but every time you drop back, you're risking taking a sack. You've got to dial up plays right now, I think, that are high percentage throws. You've got to run the football to at least give yourself an opportunity to push this game into OT.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Penn State.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. Celebration is wild on the sidelines as they've taken the lead in the final seconds. That last field goal gave them a 3-point lead. Now to see if they can cover the kickoff and keep them out of field goal range. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.